Alright, snaps. We're gonna see how this all works. So I'm gonna let this play. This is a little aggravating right here. The way they do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it break down right quick.
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Khadijah Michelle Brown is accused of shooting her husband, Jeremy Brown, to death. This happened in Mississippi Saturday morning over the weekend. Now, according to investigators, they got into an argument about him not cooking for the kids before he had to go to work, among other things. That argument turned physical and ended with the fatal shooting, which played out on a Facebook Live stream.
I ain't really trying to argue at all. I'm just trying to get my...
No, you want to go tell your family about this and about that. You want to do this.
I'm trying to leave from over here and pee, man. I ain't trying to argue at all.
Man, y'all wonder why the kids.
A tragic reminder that men are also or could be victims in domestic violence, but we have to watch and see what happens and what plays out in this investigation. So we don't want to be quick to say he was a victim of domestic violence. We just don't know what happened. Now
this right here is where they go off the rails to me. They're going to talk about we don't know what happened. First, he's going to say that men can be victims of domestic violence too, and then he's going to play like we don't know what happened. We got to get all the facts and shit. And here come these two lovely ladies on here. I mean, man, look, you on your own. That's really one of the big points I want to make. You on your own. If you think you ain't on your own, listen at this. I'm going to do more detail on this, but I want to make this as short as, lengthy, but not too lengthy. All right.
Brown is in police custody tonight, that being the wife. Police say there was a history of domestic violence between Brown and the victim. They didn't say on which side, who was committing the domestic violence. Joining me now for the conversation tonight, we have with us trauma therapist Chow Nguyen and the director of violence prevention and training at the Houston Area Women's Center, Michelle Sachs. Got to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. And I listened to that video, and we all listened, and in all honesty, you hear her say, I didn't know there was a gun in the chamber, and you hear her say, there was something else she said. I didn't mean to pull the trigger. Well, but it's like we have to figure out what happened here. We just don't know the details yet.
But we do know a couple of things, Isaiah. There is a predictor. There was a gun in the house and a history of domestic violence. Someone's going to die with a gun and a history of domestic violence. Whether the perpetrator was the wife or the husband, now we've got a family that's destroyed, kids who have lost one or both of their parents potentially. But you're right, it could go both ways. Was the woman a victim in this case?
Now here we go with the bullshit. About to flip it around just that fast. That the man dead. You know what I mean? Dude dead. Dude gone.
We don't, and she perpetrated this crime out of self-defense. We know of a lot of justified homicides. There are a lot of women coming out of the prison system killing their intimate partner or spouses because of that history. So
are you hearing this? Do you believe this? She flipped it around on the dude. The dude dead. Now, they saw the whole clip. Granted, they not showing the whole clip on here, which is why I'm going to have to put the whole clip so we can get a clear understanding of it if you haven't already seen it, okay?
Know everything quite yet.
And we lost a video where we could see maybe what was happening, but we only hear audio. So what did you ascertain from that audio when you heard it?
Well, I think when she's saying that she didn't mean to, right? She didn't mean to pull the trigger. I think it's stating that she had it, right? That she had the gun. But, as Chow was saying, what we know now is that if there's a firearm in the house, and there's domestic violence going on, it can be up to like 500 times as likely that, like she said, someone's going to die. There is going to be a homicide.
And it's typically the victim.
Well, at least she come back a little bit and try to catch it with that little save. But it's you got to catch it. It's so little. I mean, they just hammering the dude, man. You're on your own. You're on your own. Men, black men, you're on your own. They will throw you under the bus dead.
My friends, my family members, now you're more prone to seeing and witnessing the violence. So it's not just within the family unit that domestic violence is happening. Now people are exposed, people are terrorized watching this video. And how sad that these kids have lost their parents. We don't know, but we do know a lot about domestic violence. And I think few would dispute that domestic violence is typically crimes committed by men against women. What makes this unusual is the wife pulled the trigger.
Is it really unusual? It's not unusual to me. I see it every day. I hear about it every day. Oh, because she didn't poison him. Because she didn't slit his throat. Because she didn't get her side piece for the killing for her. Right? Or do some shit to his car. Or whatever the fuck. All the devious low down shit that a bitch do to have a motherfucker unalive. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. They not that naive, but that's the game. That's the way it is. They on code. That's your therapist. That's the therapist you gonna go to. They on code. And Isaiah, dude, man, I would never go on your show. I understand the lawyer, Dennis Sperling, he gonna go on there and do his thing, but I would never go on there under no circumstance, because it's sensationalizing, I guess, for clicks, so they could put it online, and that's where I got it from, and get their clicks. They and they're using him, because he's black.
So how do you help these children recover from this, Michelle? This is a tough road that they have to take.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to take a lot of counseling, a lot of therapy, and a lot of support. Again, we don't know what the situation is. They've lost one parent, the other one's been arrested. So hopefully there's family that can come in
and we talk about adverse childhood experiences. Yeah. Look, I'm a trauma therapist. When you are in a family where you witness domestic violence, you can either become a perpetrator yourself or you become a victim. That cycle perpetuates. It repeats itself in the future. Very scary prospect.
And really quick for...
So they're fucked, in other words. Let me get this clear. Is that what you're saying? Just to be clear. So either they're going to go on and become an abuser, a perpetrator that takes people out, or they're going to be a victim for the rest of their life, ducking and hiding like a scared dog. Okay, I feel that. Well, at least you're honest.
Both of you, when we took a look at what they were arguing over, it was almost frivolous to what we cover typically. There is some violence, there's something ugly going on in the family where one family member pulls a trigger on another. But they're arguing, what we heard is him not coming home, cooking for the kids before he goes to work.
Yeah, there was probably a history of other things going on. That was probably
that's what that argument was about, child. That's what they put on social media, and that's what they streamed live. It was almost frivolous.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Clearly there was something else going on there, right? And
there's a history, like you guys said.
The history right there, and then I think whatever it is that led to it, right? The decision to even put this on Facebook Live, was it a cry for help?
Bitch, please. The fuck?
Was it, like Chow was saying, to expose it, right? So that other people knew what was going on. It may seem frivolous to us, but again, we don't know what was going on in that house.
And Isaiah, I hope that when your viewers are watching and they go, oh my gosh, this woman shot her husband, that at least they know that these things are serious. Guns in the house make you more prone to dying, and that there is help out there. We are talking about it in your very big form. Michelle works at the Houston Area Women's Center. I'm a trauma therapist. There is help and there is hope to get out of this cycle of violence.
All right, ladies, thank you for joining us here.
Boy, she said that Houston Area Women's Center shit so fast. You couldn't get it. the Houston Area Women's Center, and I'm from the crisis. But like, you know what I mean? Because you on your own, bro. There's no help for men. Houston, a man got shot. Everything about this, I'm gonna make this as close to 10 minutes as possible. But everything about this says that this man was abused, that you can see. You know what I mean? It's a deeper level than that, and you could clearly see that she was abusing him. You know what I mean? Taught to him, and then he was getting berated by her mama too. You understand? And they taking the woman's side, the Houston Area Women's League, Women's Shelter, whatever. They have nothing for men. A man got shot, and they bring a woman advocacy. This is all they have if you're going through shit. So you got dick. You gotta be strong, man. You know, you gotta be strong out here. I'm just saying, for real. You better know this shit. I really want to make this point. I'm out.